are a parent of two adult children.
Right.
So you have a ton of experience about being a parent.
I have a ton of mistakes. That makes me a parent.
Well, experience comes from learning from our mistakes and our successes. What are some of the advice, some words of advice you would give to me as a parent with less experience in life?
Well, there's a joy in being a parent. You look at this little bundle of life in your hands, and for me, when my daughter was born and I was holding her in my hand, at that moment it dawned on me on the enormity of the task ahead of me. And I kept saying to myself, what happens if I get it wrong? Because there's no book that tells you how to be the perfect parent. So in going through life and having raised these wonderful contributors to society, the first thing I did was I learned how to connect with them before I corrected them.
Connection before correction.
Yes. And in connecting with them, you're trying to understand the motive behind a behavior. Unlike some of us growing up, and that foundation, I believe, comes from my parents, because my parents didn't spare the rod, but until I left home and went to the UK, I can count on one hand how many times my parents smacked me. They would reason with me, they would talk to me, and they would listen to what I had to say. So it helped to build my confidence. It helped me to understand the consequences of my actions. So as I now had children, and in bringing them up, my wife and myself knew that, hey, when they made a mistake, let's try and understand what it is. Some children will break toys, and then if you stop and you don't scream at them, you see that that same child has broken the toy, but they then sit down and try to piece the toy back again. So that's a curious mind. Now, for parents who are quick to tell them off, quick to shout at them, you start numbing that adventure in that child. So we need to connect with our children. And part of the connection is talking to them on their level. So a child misbehaves. As a parent, rather than talk down at them, I encourage you, come down to their level where you're eyeball to eyeball with your child and reason with them. Now, there are times that you may have to go a stage further, but I leave that stage to the last thing, if that is what I have to do. So that's the first thing. I would say connect with them before you correct them. The other thing I also say is, it's not a competition. It's not who's the best mom or who's the best dad. The children have the two of you. They can only compare you to other parents when they get to that age, but for their formative years, you are the best gift to them. So it's not a competition, it's a partnership where both parents want the very best for that child. So you push the children, agree as husband and wife or mom and dad, and push the child. Now, statistics from the African American Society says that 1 in 4 children do not live with their dad. So it means that we have a lot of lone parents out there. And the challenge of raising a boy, a woman raising a boy, I say a woman can raise a son, but it's only a man, a father, that can raise a man. So here you have this dynamic that we have to deal with in the world. So as a parent, if you are caught in that situation, my encouragement is find people who can mentor your child. Find families that the boy, especially for boys, the boy can get into so that he can have a balance. Because you see, both parents help the children to have a balance in life. They're both able to see things from both perspectives of mom and dad. Third thing I'll say is play rough with your children. Playing rough with our children, as fathers, playing rough with them increases the likelihood of the child taking risk, increases their confidence. And when a father, an active father, is participating in the life of his daughter and his son, those children come up, they grow up into good stock for society. And when I say stock, they serve, and not only just service, they contribute, and they have a sense of responsibility. They will take risk, and yes, some may be calculated. Because of that rough tumble and you're just playing with them, the children know that, hey, life will buffet you, but you know, that will tickle me, that will run with me. But all of these things is to help my sense of adventure, my sense of curiosity.
Connect before you correct.
That's right.
Both a child needs both parents,
Certainly.
and so it takes the partnership between the two parents. And when one parent is absent, as in single parent households, find a role model to help model those behaviors of the absent parent. And the third thing is play tough.
Yeah, play tough with them.
So they can grow thick skins and not quit when the going gets tough.